Howdy tubers. Serpent Skull spoilers. Punch your throat if you're in my group. Alright. First of all, DMG style doors. Pretty quick, pretty easy. Pretty happy with the results. He had these square matchsticks that he used as the door frame. I did not have those, but I did have more popsicle sticks. He also used them as these framing pieces. I just cut a popsicle stick down the middle and used it because it was on hand. Same with this little bit, it's just a thing cut off. So there's that. But here's what I've learned about cheap foam core from dollar store. It is not as good as expensive foam core. It's $1 a sheet. It is not as good as the shit that's like $2.88 a sheet. So it is not even as good as cardboard. Free cardboard is better. So we'll take a look here. It's been black bombed and texture painted. This isn't the fault of the foam core, but also I tried to save money on paint. The texture paint I got was shitty, and it put these little spots. But with some dry brushing, when I go through and do shadowing and highlighting, I'll disguise those a little bit. But what did happen is a lot of places the paper on the foam peeled away, and I have painted on foam core before, and it takes just fine. But this is the first time I've painted on this cheaper stuff. And there is lots of areas where it pooled, kind of bubbled. It is not a deal breaker, obviously. I've already put some time into this, so it's gonna see play. And it, I'm not heartbroken by it. I just won't be using that cheap foam core again. I'll be using free cardboard. But the stash got wet, and this was $1 a sheet. So not a major deal, but just thought if any of you were like, sweet, cheap foam core, don't bother. Go with free cardboard. Some of these sections that have the ripple are where the tunnels have been pulled apart as one section of the dungeon slid away from the other. And with I'm going to put some glue and sand in there for rubble and some other little dressings. That'll just kind of tie in the ripples. Will maybe even be a little beneficial there. But overall, not super happy with it. I am happy about those doors. If you have not checked out DMG's channel, definitely check it out. Really fast, good ideas on stuff. Alright, so a little bit about this dungeon. We have Ketch, which are a sort of monkey-type humanoid living in the closer regions. And further back, we have these bat-like creatures. And then even further back is a giant slug. We won't go on to all the abouts about that, but some of the inhabitants have blocked this corridor with some quartz and salt crystals to prevent the slug from going that way. I just grabbed a handful of rock salt that I had for snow melt that is in these big chunks, and a dab of hot glue, and it worked great. I disguised the hot glue with some sand. I did it once and tried to give it a dark wash, but I'm dumb, and that wash was enough to dissolve the salt just a little bit. Like, you couldn't perceive it, it didn't melt away, but it was just enough that it no longer was held together by the glue, and I had this weird hunk of glue left and a bunch of loose rocks. So I did it again and just left it alone, and it'll suffice. They have another section blocked with just some random boards. Just grab some card stock, scrap, and white glue, and threw that together. while I was painting while I was doing the doors, because I had the paint tray out already and I had all that scrap laying there. I was like, oh yeah, I can out of the stuff that's at hand real quick. I can just make a crappy. It'll only see play once probably. Might go in the bit box and see play again as a quick barricade. I don't know, but that's it for now. Don't use cheap foam core. Use free cardboard. Use popsicle sticks to make dungeon doors. And actually, the doors in this dungeon are not wooden, but I wanted to try these doors. And these will see play again and again and again. I'll probably make, I don't know, 5 or 6 more just to have on hand. And similar to his deal, I built this little long shelf, or you could use it as a bar, I suppose. Or, I don't know what. Hot glue, cardboard, cheap paint. It's good stuff. See you, kids.